Well, it's the 8th of June. I think it's Tuesday, the 8th of June. And, oh, maybe the 9th. No, it's the 8th. And the coarse fishing season starts on the 16th, next week. And I've just come down to Topcliffe Mill and various other places I'll visit, just to see, give you a little taster as to what it's going to be like. It's a grand day. When I came down here, it's 26 Celsius. Amazing. Last week it was 12. Well, there you can see the former mill, which is now flats, of course, and Topcliffe Weir. And of course the proposed Archimedes screw which they were going to put in there on the left hand side facing the mill has of course been ditched, which is great news. It's quite interesting standing up here when the river is so low, because you can see that where the sandbars are, where the deep channels are, and down there you can see a great mass of streamer weed. So it just gives you some ideas as to where the Barbel will be lying, gives you a better idea as to where the Barbel will be lying. But what a wonderful time of year this is. And there you can see the island. Of course, when it's very warm this time of year, this place attracts young teenagers anyway, and swimming and larking about in the water there, which is not ideal for fishing, but for the most part they're very well behaved and keep out of the way, even though they're noisy and disturb the peace. But we were all there once. Yeah. I think maybe we're jealous, those of us of a certain age. And here you can see the whole of the Topcliffe length. The fishing on both sides belongs to the Leeds Amalgamation, and there are no day tickets for this stretch. You have to be a member. Well, there aren't as many big chub at Topcliffe this year as there were last year, but there's still a hell of a lot. And in amongst them, some nice barbel. I'll see if I can pick one out. There's a nice barbel. It's not very big exactly, but I would think it must be a good 6 pounds. Let's see, it's orange pectoral fins, or pelvic fins there. That looks like spawning behaviour to me. That is a big barbel, that one. It looks like a shark from up here. There's a little group there. I think there's about 3 or 4 there. Yeah, that's definitely spawning behaviour. There's still spots of male filling his. There's another one joined them. Yeah, he's done his bit. I would imagine that'll be him finished. And 3 more there on the same gravel bed. Yeah, they're definitely spawning. Let's just watch the behaviour of these two here. He's sticking very close to her. Another one there, hovering not far away. That's a big fish, is that? There are 4 of them there. I think the male are the smaller fish, I'm not sure, but they're slightly darker in colour if you look at them. Oh, that's a chub. It's bluish tail. Well, there's definitely no shortage of barbel here. And good sized barbel as well. I've just counted 20 barbel on these little gravel beds here, all very close together. And spawning seems to be the name of the game. They're definitely not interested in feeding. That fish there is a big fish. The one in the middle. That one. That is a big barbel. Well, it's not only barbel, there's some big chub in here as well. Beautifully coloured at this time of year. Now look at the size of that thing there, that's a big fish. There's another. But there are some nice smaller fish. That one there will be about 4 pounds, which is nice to see. There's another one there, must be slightly less, maybe only 3 pounds, but wonderful fish. Oh, there's a big chub. Yeah, you see him flashing away there. Yes. Definitely sporting behaviour. I mean, there's a great collection of barbel there. There's 5. 4 of them are really big. So all these stories about there being fewer and fewer of the barbel, well, this will dispel them. But where they go when you come to catch them, I have no idea. There's some superb barbel in here. Well, you can sit and watch them all day, but I'll go down to Thornton Bridge and have a look and maybe call in here on the way back. Well, I'm looking upstream from Thornton Bridge. If I just come down, there's a beck comes in at the side here, and you can see that the water that's coming in is carrying an awful lot of sediment. It doesn't seem to bother the fish. In fact, they all seem to favour it. There's a sizable number of fish in amongst it. It must be carrying a lot of food, and mainly chub. I haven't seen a barbel, but I've seen a few perch. Well, I'm standing on the bridge at Brafett and Footbridge at, well, Helperby, Brafett and Helperby, just looking upstream, and on the right hand bank looking upstream is Helperby Anglers, which is part of their private stretch. You have to be a member, and it takes years to get in, as I've discovered. And on the left hand bank looking upstream, it's Australian Anglers, which again is a private syndicate. So I'm just looking down at the river here, and last year when I came here there was a great shoal of barbel under there. Well, this year there isn't a barbel to be seen. But there are one or two in the middle of the river, but you can only see them when you get a flash as they roll. Now, I'll see if I can pick one out and then just keep my eye on it. But it's not easy, because the water again is quite turbid and there's a bit of reflection on the surface. You need some of these fancy specs to see through it. I can see one there, but whether they'll be able to get it on video I don't know. It's just, I can see a couple. There's one there, but again, it's gone. This is part of Brafett and Helperby Angling Club's day ticket stretch, where I'm standing now. It starts at the footbridge and comes downstream for quite a long way, and on the opposite bank there is Leeds Amalgamation, which is members only and private water. There's no day tickets on there. But you can see how the deep water runs down the outside of this bend under those willows there, and the members have obviously been busy making it accessible. All the paths being trimmed and new peg numbers put on, so it's all systems go really. It's a nice place to fish, and it's parking is easy, and it's not such a long walk depending on how far or which peg you want to fish. This is peg 47 which I'm on here, and again the willows all the way down there, so you get much more access to the river from this day ticket stretch and Leeds members get on their side, which is very, very heavily overgrown with willows. But, listen to the noise. It's a lovely place to fish. Well, I've just dropped in at Forington. This is the top end of the field stretch. It is day ticket water. It tells you where to get the day tickets on various notices about the place. But it's quite heavily bailiffed, so if you get caught, you'll be in bother. I'll just walk down a couple of fields and we'll have a look and see what the weed situation is. Last year at this time it was quite bad. Well, those of you who know this part of the river, You realise just how low it is when you look at these reed beds here, or rushes. And it's just looking downstream a couple of fields. Yeah, there's a fair amount of weed down the inside. If Barbel gets in that, you'll struggle getting them out. Yeah, you can see in front of me here the weed is almost a third of the way across the river. But there are clear places down the bank. Well, this is the very bottom of the Leeds left bank stretch at Topcliffe, and you see Topcliffe Church there. And the river is moving at a snail's pace. It's really, really low. Well, that was just a quick cook's tour of some fishing on the Swale before the season opens. Wonderful to see those barbel spawning and all those nice chub. And this wonderful bird song. Yeah, lovely sound. Anyway, from the banks of the Swale, certainly until next week, I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. Cheerio.